Hello and welcome to Powered by Peace. I appreciate you stopping by the channel. I understand the importance of time, and because of that, I'm not going to waste yours. I'm just going to jump right in. Oh, and if you stay with me to the end of the video, I'll let you know why I think yoga is for everyone, including you. So this video is mainly about my 5 major things that I took away on my trip to Rishikesh, India. The first one is going to be my choice from going either stateside or going and traveling to India. I had 3 choices. One was staying stateside in a face-to-face environment stateside. 2 would be online training, which was considerably less than the other 2 options. And then 3, going to India. No secret, I chose India and I'm absolutely happy about it. So it was the best choice for me, but I'll get into that more. The bullet points under this one. Affordability. So affordability can be subjective. I understand that. But really, if I weighed and if you weigh things right, it may be different for you after you've done your research. But after my research, what I saw was the courses stateside were not much less than what I paid for going over to India. So obviously, again, online it's a lot cheaper if you just do an online course, but I wanted to be in person for this specific course, my 200 hours. And I figure if I was only going to pay a little more, then it only made sense for me to go. And there was a lot of other things that incorporated. It was getting it all done in, it was 24 days. I was there for longer than 24 days, but getting it all done in 24 days, the experience of actually going and to another country, engaging with the culture, which was extremely rich with just history. It was just a really good place to be. It's definitely comfortable with the people. And the country was beautiful. So there's this country song that is older. It's like a pop country song, and the name of it is A Beautiful Mess. And it kind of reminds me of it. That's what threw me off about India a little bit, because the place is absolutely beautiful. But Rishikesh specifically, it may be other parts, but this is where I was. They have challenges with like garbage disposal and recycling. So it's not a good situation there. So a lot of times you'll see in like the ravines, the little gullies, there's garbage like everywhere because they really don't have anywhere to place it. So that was a little off-putting. Outside of that, the place is absolutely beautiful, even with that. Definitely a place that I would say I would visit just because of what it has to offer. Overall, if I had to just step back and look at it, the experience was well worth me getting my yoga teacher training certification there in India. I suggest you take a look at, just take a look at the numbers. What does it look like for you traveling as opposed to staying stateside or doing it online? It's just what you're looking for, right? So my suggestions on this bullet point is do the research. Take a look and see what type of yoga you're looking for in the first place. Understand what you're into, right? If you're not sure, just do some research to see what might fit what you're thinking of. Then, after you've done that, start looking at places locally to see, what they offer and the pricing. After you finish that, take a look and see what that same package looks like if you travel to India. And from there, you make the decision, right? Then you have to decide whatever else works in your life, if it's a challenge or not. But it was absolutely worth it for me. So that's what I would do, and that's what I would suggest for that. Number 2 was the travel. Travel was a challenge. And when I say it was a challenge, like I've traveled before, I'm comfortable with traveling. I've traveled out of the country and stay up. So I have no problems with that. But this is absolutely the longest I've ever traveled in one sitting. Multiple flights going and multiple flights coming back, but that's on me. I suck as a travel agent, and I was trying to be conscious of my spending, so I wasn't trying to spend an arm and a leg either. So for that, I took multiple flights. The longest flight consistently on each side going was 13 hours, a straight flight from one point to another. And then coming back, the longest flight was 16 hours. My travel time going total was, with layovers and everything, was a little over 24 hours. And my travel time coming back was a little over 30 hours. Yeah. You know how when you do if you have, I don't know if you have tattoos, or I do, I have tattoos, and I've had time in between where I've had a tattoo and then it was sometime, maybe months or years before I got another tattoo. And I remember the pain from the first one, but imagine getting a small tattoo or something, you know, maybe one portion of your arm or something, and then going back sometime later and getting like a full sleeve of your arm, right? And you remember it being painful and you think you're gonna be ready for it, but then you take on something like this and you're not ready for it. So I wasn't ready, but all of that to say, you may be able to get through it. It may not be an issue for you. My suggestion in this particular bullet is to have things like your compression socks. I actually had compression socks with me, but I didn't wear them. I did make sure I continued to move as much as possible when I wasn't sleeping. I'd be up and I'm walking back and forth on the plane, finding the areas where the exits are on the plane, and it's more room there. So then I would do stretches during that time. And other people were moving around, so it's not like weird that you're doing that. And sometimes I'd be up for 45 minutes at a clip, just walking back and forth, stretching in the corner. Absolutely do that consistently. I think it's going to help. And if you don't have physical books with you or something that you're tangible that you're going to work with, make sure you download books, audio books, movies, whatever. Just make sure you're ready, so you can it'll help you through that. Also, I would suggest using this time to catch up on things you said you were going to do and you've kind of been putting off. Anything from budgeting. You said you were going to start a book, writing a book, whatever it's going to be, journaling. Use this time to do that, because you'll be surprised what you can catch up on when you have so much time to yourself and you're not really on social media. Number 3, I thought I was in shape. Yeah, I thought I was in shape. So before I went, I walked a lot before, just part of my routine of taking care of myself. Yoga, I was doing 5 times minimum a week. And I ate fairly well, right? I'm plant-based. I've been plant-based for 8 years now. Yeah, like I thought I was good, and until I got there. Giving myself some grace though, we did spend, between the Ashtanga, the body alignment, and Vinyasa flow classes, we spent probably about 4.5 hours of constant movement. And it wasn't like just simple, like we were putting our bodies to the test. I was actually doing positions and stuff that my muscles weren't familiar with. So yeah, I definitely felt being sore. And it lasted for at least that first week. I was feeling it. Going into the middle of the second week, it started to ease up. But then it came back again towards the middle of the third week, because we were doing more, like we leveled up. So for the suggestion on this one is just make sure that whatever you're doing prior to prepping for something, whether it be this or anything else that you're going to do, marathon, like it's all conditioning, just level up a little bit. If you're doing running, walking, jogging, whatever it is, just increase it a little bit and keep increasing it a few weeks prior to actually doing a course like this. And that should be helpful. And one last thing about that, make sure that you bring any protein, if you want that, protein powders, drinks, ointments, like anything you need to help you recover. Make sure you have that stuff with you. And you would be able to find that stuff in town, and it's not really expensive, but just having it on hand is the way to go. So keep that in mind. And before I go on to number 4, if you haven't already subscribed, I ask that you do. If you find anything here helpful or entertaining, I would appreciate it. And also pass this along to anybody else that you think could benefit from it. Let's go on to number 4. My number 4, the benefit of purging. So for me, there were 2 things that I purged during this time. One was I purged sugar. Even though I still had some when I was there, I mentioned that me being plant-based, I found a plant-based bakery that was amazing. So if you've seen anything that I did in the series of my visit to India, you'll be able to see where I went to the bakery. But I did reduce the amount of my sugar intake, and my body definitely, it was a difference. My body felt it. And I didn't realize how much I knew I liked sugar, whatever. I knew I liked sugar, and my body definitely needed that purge. But my cravings were still down, which was amazing. The other thing that I purged from was social media. The only social media I kind of took a look at was the IG page that the school has. They would post things that we were doing, and I thought it was interesting to see what they put together, and that was pretty cool. So I would look at that from time to time, but most times I didn't look. Although I do have this thing where I don't like unread messages. I want to go in and clear that, so I might go in just to see. I won't look at the video, but I'll just go in, clear it, and then go back out. It felt so good. I felt light, and when I mean light, like I didn't feel the pressure of having to respond to a message. I didn't feel the pressure of having to watch it, because even if I'm clearing it from before, I used to clear it, but I felt compelled to just click on it. And that, I found that really pulled me away from the things I need to take care of. And this is before going on this adventure. So what I did, and this is my suggestions to you, so my suggestions for purging, because it was amazing, was let your friends and family know that you're going to step away from social media for a bit. That way it reduces the pressure to respond when you receive any type of video or anything from them. And then you're going to see, if you really give this a try, how many other things I can do with that time that I used to just go up. And we think it's quick, right? Open it up, watch a little 30-second, minute video. Maybe it could be longer depending on the type of videos, but see what else you can do with that time and see how much more time you give back to yourself. So that's my suggestion to you on that one. Let's go to number 5. So my number 5 is support and encouragement is everything. I actually did a video about this as well in my series, and so take a look if you have not already. And having support meant everything. I did things that I wasn't able to do before. As a kid, I never really liked doing inversions like handstands. I can't say I never did them because I was always afraid to. I tried and it's just, I was not successful. So handstands, headstands, I think the only thing I could do was like a cartwheel as a kid. And I did a lot of other things that were probably considerably more dangerous, but that stuff I was afraid of, so I never did it. Meanwhile, while I was here in India, I pushed myself, and it's because I had the support, and I know I had assistance. I know they had my back. It was a drive for me to want to get to another level, and having that support made a difference. Yeah, I was able to do a headstand and without physical assistance, and it was amazing for me. Again, a lot of people probably can do it with no problem, but that was just one thing that was a challenge for me that I was able to get by, and felt amazing when I was able to do it. But that was all because of support. And so many other things that I was literally able to do, but that's just one that sticks out to me. The confidence, I think we all got to certain levels that was like, oh, and we were rooting for each other. So that was even more of a push, because I didn't just celebrate with that alone. I celebrated with, with my peers. So it was awesome. My suggestion would be open yourself up to cultivating new relationships, new and old relationships. Embrace the physical challenge that you may encounter, and you'll be surprised how you'll show up after the course is done, after however many days. It's 24 is the general. So you'd be surprised. Embrace it. That's my number 5. So that's the top 5 major things that happened for me. Like the things that really stood out to me. It was so many. I shouldn't say stood out, but those are the things that overall I could probably put so many other things under those buckets. But those all made a difference for me. So, like I said, I was going to take much of your time. I appreciate you hanging in there with me during this time. I do want to ask you a few quick questions. One, do you want to be mentally and physically fit? 2, would you like to find a balance between like social media and making yourself a priority? And number 3 is, how about finding and fostering new and old relationships, which I mentioned before, and finding a way to be present in your life. It'll be hard for me to believe that someone would say no to any of those. And if you want that, then yoga is for you, because those are all elements of the foundation of yoga. It's so much more to it, but those are just little key things from the foundation of yoga that you can connect with the rest of your life. So yeah, keep that in mind. I'm gonna be honest, I was definitely that individual, and I told you I was practicing for 2 years prior to this, but I was definitely that individual that prior to that, if you came to me and you talked about yoga, I was like, yeah, I'm not. Yoga's not for me. But this is the reason why I wanted to do my 200-hour yoga teacher certification, so I could actually come back and help and teach those that have that thought process. People that look like me, that are like me, that are like, yeah, yoga is not for me. Yoga is for everyone, and it looks different for everyone. And when we get past that, it unlocks so many things for us. And I just want us to be in a great space overall. So thank you again for stopping by the channel. I really do appreciate you. If you haven't done something for your health today, please do, because you are absolutely worth it. And yeah, I look forward to the next time we connect. So until then, stay powered by peace, and we'll connect soon.